Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Into the Music Hangout. And tonight we are going to check out SoundSeen. And tonight I have with me Jacklin and Brian Bekkers. How are you guys tonight?
Great. How are you, Rob?
Good. Good. It's good to see you guys, and welcome to the live stream. And I'm excited about this. Brian, you brought this to my attention. Wow, when was it? Last summer?
I believe it was. Yeah, we ran into each other at Gibson, and
Yeah,
I just had to talk to you about it.
right. Now, what we're going to be talking about tonight, folks, is Alex and Brian have put together, they're the creators of this app called SoundSeen. And this is going to be a game changer as far as in the way that you approach live music in your community. And so, it's one of those things. Honestly, I have not played with it too much, but I was playing around with it last night and checking out what it could do. And man, it's just like, this is something that I wish I could do, kind of incorporate into the music website. But you guys, there's no way I'm not going to touch what you guys did. Tell us a little bit what brought SoundSeen together, what inspired it.
Well, for me, Rob, it's probably about the end of 2023. I'm attending a lot of live shows and trying to remember ones I've seen as they get announced. And did I go see them, or do I want to hit the band that's up the street tonight? So I started creating a notepad on my phone, just logging all the shows I've seen so that I could go back and reference it. And I'm like, there's got to be an easier way than this. There should be an app or something. I looked, I couldn't find anything. Talking to a couple other people about it, I presented it to Alex, and he just fell in love with the idea as well. And we just decided to see where we could go with this.
Sure. Alex, when Brian approached you, what were your thoughts when he said, "Hey, what about this idea?"
Yeah, I thought he was crazy at first because I couldn't believe that something like this wasn't out there yet. There's tons of apps for streaming music, listening to music in general. There's apps out there for the big artists, right? The Jay-Z's and Beyonce's of the world, but there was nothing for your local artist up the street. I'm like, man, the only way to find these people is to, you got to know them first, and then you got to hop on their Facebook or their Twitter or whatever their platform they're on, their website, and find out when that next show is coming up. And I thought, geez, how convenient would it be if you could be in any city, anywhere, hop on an app and see who's playing up the street at the local bar. And that's kind of, when Brian brought it to me, I'm like, there's first it seemed like a monumental task, and it's been quite the journey up to this point. But I was super intrigued when he first brought the idea to me, and
right,
he's a pretty good guy, so we teamed up pretty well, and we've just been running with it ever since.
Sure. Now, do either of you guys have a background in app creation or programming?
No,
we do not. No,
not even close.
There's a learning curve there. Yeah. But we brought some pretty good developers on board who have really coached us and showed us kind of that world.
Right. And now, as you develop this, I mean, what were you learning? I mean, along the way, not just in terms of the programming and the nuts and bolts, but about the possibilities that were out there for what you envisioned.
So for us, the developer that we went to start this out, able to talk to them. They're not local, but we are able to convey the functionality of the app that we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And they were able to produce it. Our app is functional. It's a beta version that is live. It's available right now on both iOS and Android Play stores.
Mm-hmm.
But what we have learned, not having that local contact, the ability to go and speak to somebody face to face.
Yeah.
That some of the flow, the polished end version that we envisioned isn't quite there yet.
Okay.
But like I said, all the functionality, the ideas we had starting out, it's there. We just need to, make it shine like a diamond.
Exactly.
Right.
Improve that user interface, right? It needs to be intuitive. You should be able to go on there and you go on an app now and you really don't have to know how to use it. It kind of guides you along through it. And we're I would say 80% of the way there, but that's kind of where we're at now is bringing the app back to a local developer where we can meet, have those face-to-face meetings, and really that vision is much more reachable.
Sure. And folks, if you're watching, I invite you, let us know you're here. Put a comment in the chat. Let us know your questions and anything that as we go along here. I mean, Alex and Brian are going to be doing an in-depth look at this. And so along the way, any questions that you have, we'll try and address them. And let's see if we can get more people on board with SoundSeen. So, guys, let's just kind of jump in here and talk about the app. And I'm really just going to defer to you. I'm going to be bringing up here. Let's see. I need to. Okay, I need to. There we go.
Perfect.
Okay. This is I got to admit, this is a first for me. I've never done where you guys are sharing your screen. So this is great. It worked. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys and let you kind of run with it. And if I have questions or if the viewers have any questions, we'll bring them up as we go along.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good, Rob. Brian, you kind of just want to go into a little bit about, what is SoundSeen for the viewers out there who don't know what do we do and why should you be interested?
But sure. Let me ask you this, Rob. Are you familiar with the app called Untapped? It's a beer rating app.
Unfortunately, no.
No problem. Are you aware of what the craft beer industry has done in the last 4 or 5 years?
I've got maybe that much of an inkling. I'm always finding something out new.
So originally it used to just be your big beer brands. It was your Millers, your Buds.
Right.
And you had no problem finding them anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden this app came along called Untapped, where people could go on and rate the local craft beers that they were having.
Mm-hmm.
And because of what Untapped did for craft beer,
mm-hmm.
it has grown immeasurably over the last 4 or 5 years.
Right.
You can't go out anymore and not see a local craft beer at a venue somewhere.
Right. Right. And I've noticed that even like last night, was it last night? Sometime in the last few nights anyway, I was out and noticed that even just the what used to be the local watering holes, all of a sudden, instead of Bud Light and Miller and everything, now they've got on tap, you know, the the local brews, and it's wonderful.
Right. So before apps like Untapped were even out there, these small breweries, they were just either local secrets that nobody knew about, or they were just people with a home brew kit, and it was a hobby.
Hmm.
You had to know a guy who knew a guy just to get a specialty beer.
Right.
But then with this technology, it gave people a way to log what they drank.
Hmm.
And suddenly it turned craft beer into this global phenomenon. It actually drove traffic to tap rooms so people could go and sample new beers.
Right.
Well, that's exactly what SoundSeen wants to do for local artists.
Right.
We want to take the local, the secret bands, the ones that people don't know about, give them the same visibility, the same data, and the same leverage. We aren't just building a logbook. We're trying to create an engine that proves that local music is a viable business and not just a hobby.
Right.
A lot of these guys, they may have 2 or 3 jobs, and they just love what they do performing. And if we can assist them in fulfilling their dreams, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to become that platform, right? And do for the local music community everything that we can. We want to become that name that when you think of live music, oh, I can go check out SoundScene and I can see who's in my area at this venue, uh, anywhere in the world, right? That's what we want to become. It's for that artist who is really really great, but only has this much of a market share in their area, where okay, now they can get on the app, they can gain a following, and they can continue to grow, and put themselves out there in a much larger market.
Right.
So it's kind of the idea behind it, where like these guys are so great, but no one knows about them because they don't have the anyone that's promoting them, getting their name out there. So that's what we want to do. This works in hand with the artist and the community, where it's like, hey, check these guys out. They're fantastic, and here's where they are next, and you can find it all right here, through the app.
Now, you did answer a question that I was going to ask, and this is a global thing. This is something that anybody, anywhere in the world can use.
Not at the moment, Rob.
Yeah.
Okay.
As of right now, it's just available in the U.S. But
Okay.
but eventually, the goal is, this is, it's just like Snapchat or YouTube or any other app. It will be available worldwide.
Okay. So, for example, if somebody over in, say, Butte, Montana, wanted to, an artist wants to put their stuff on SoundScene, and then all of a sudden they develop the scene there. And now you've got a group of artists out in that area that are starting to build up their presence. And then, say, anywhere else in the US. I mean, this thing's got a real potential to just, it's like the beer app that you were talking about. This thing could just
Exactly.
really explode, and really people are going to be able to find the music, the bands, the venues that are really going to appeal to them.
Absolutely.
That is our
it's
goal.
and with the app too, the artists that you follow, the recommended artists that you'll get are similar to the genres of artists that you're already following. and it's going to be specific to your area. So,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm in Chicago, Illinois, for business that week or whatever, and I want to go out of the town, and I'm on this block, I can literally punch in a venue that I'm near, and it's going to give you a list of what's available around you.
Mm-hmm.
And to that, speaking back to the global aspect of it, I'm sure you're very familiar with Mile Music, Rob. I know I've seen you
Yep.
down there. But artists come from all over the world. There's artists that come from Australia and Europe, and I mean, for them to be able to get on the app when they're here, they should be allowed to take it back home with them too. So,
Yep.
ultimately, it's just the idea of growing what's already there to a scale where the masses are able to enjoy it, because you know how much we love it here, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
someone up here in Appleton who is really great should be allowed to blow up in Nashville because they have a huge following up here, so they should have the ability to go to a venue and say, hey, look at how many people are following me, I'm very popular where I'm from, you got a slot open tonight, is there something that is there a show that's coming up that I can play? It's kind of like, it's a bargaining chip for the artist, because it shows their value and it allows them to grow and further their career, doing what they love, which everyone should be able to make a living doing what they love. That's how we feel anyway. So
Right. Right. Well, why don't you kind of take us through the app and tell us its functions and how to use it, and then from there we can maybe discuss a few of the finer points.
absolutely. So when you first come into the app, this is going to be the home screen. And now remember how we were talking about the user interface? That's kind of where we're at now with improving that. But all the functionality is here, so that's kind of why we wanted to just go through this tonight so you can kind of see it. And you know, when you first come in, this is your home page. You're going to have all of your latest reviews at the top. You're going to have the artist shows, upcoming shows kind of down here in the middle, and then recommended artists, based on who you're following and your location, kind of all on your home page here. And then we have a few basic tabs that you can go into. So these will be artists that you're following under the My Followings here. Um, oops, sorry about that. Upcoming shows here would be the
Right,
upcoming
Alex?
shows of artists that I'm following. Yep, go ahead.
I noticed there is a comment from Patrice.
Our good friend
Hi.
Patrice, welcome.
Yes.
Hello, Patrice.
Excellent question. Is this dependent on the artist putting their information into the app? No, it is not. All of the artists that are currently on the app or will be in the future are user generated. Our database is user generated.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can enter any artist.
Yeah, it would be built like people like yourself, Patrice. You would be at a show, and you would go onto the app and say, "I'd really like to rate this artist." And if you did not see them already on the app, and we'll go through this, there's a way to actually add that artist into the database, and then you can immediately rate and review and follow them. So it's pretty cool because if you don't see them, go ahead and add them, and then the person sitting next to you can do the same. They'll be able to find them as soon as you get them in there.
Yeah, we designed this to be, this is your personal logbook, your journal of all the artists you've seen, and eventually share it with your friends, and you can see what your friends have seen, and it's going to entice you to go out and see more artists.
Exactly. So getting back to the app here, back to the home screen here. So there's also a friends tab. So you got somebody that you want to get on here, you can shoot them a request, and then you guys can basically share your following, who you're the artist that you're following and everything like that. And then this is kind of what we were talking about here. This is the search function. So currently, I believe, what do we have, over 500 artists in here, Brian, right now at the moment?
I want to say it's close to 560, if I'm not mistaken.
560. So as I scroll through here, you can kind of see, like, these are all individual artist profiles that have been created by the end users, the fans, we like to call them. So this is an individual like yourself, Rob, could come in here and create one of these artist profiles for these artists. And then you could come in and you could click on one. So let's say Dan Rodriguez, for example. I could click into Dan's profile here, and it's going to give me a bunch of options here. I'm allowed to, I can follow him. I could leave a review. I can give him a rating. And it kind of tells me a little bit more information here as well as far as what genre of artist they are. And then I can see some other reviews and ratings from other fans as well down here. So there's that aspect of it as far as the basic functionality on the home screen. It's we want to try to keep it simple because at the end of the day, this is a journal for you, right? So the main feature here is if I click view all back on the home screen here, these are all of my reviews, right? So it has all the artists that I've seen, the dates, the locations, cities, etc. It'll show if I left a comment, what I rated them. And kind of back to Brian's original point here when we first started was he was just entering these, on a little Word document on his phone. Now it's all right here, full visibility. Up here, there's a filter section for those of you who get out and see a lot of artists, where you can filter down by pretty much any data point here to just see what you want to see. And that's kind of like
somebody asked you who you saw at Mile last year on Thursday night. You can use that filter and almost narrow it down to the day to who are the artists I saw, and you could share that information with people.
Right. Now, you mentioned Mile Music. They have their own app, and I could see this as really being a wonderful companion app to that, especially when you go to a place like Mile, or you're going to other, music festivals, wherever, that this could really be a valuable tool.
100%. Yeah.
Yes. That was our goal last year when we were trying our hardest to get this launched, was to get it launched before Mile. That's when we wanted to introduce this. We got it out about a month before, and it just didn't have the time, the marketing beforehand.
Right.
We may have rushed it, but
but
we were excited.
Sure. Yeah. But this is not a competitor app.
No, definitely not.
They each have their own lane, and this could really kind of be a game changer for those types of events.
Yeah. Think of this as like from a fan's perspective. Your community member going out and seeing live music. This is going to help you. It's a tool for you, not only to create your own journal and log, but just to find it. Like, who knows, we're going to end up on a Saturday night sometimes, and you want to see live music. That's what this is meant for. And in turn, for the artists, this is a way for them to. It's a one-stop shop, right? As an artist, I'm so sick of being up on stage and saying, hey, go check out my website, go check out my Instagram and my Facebook. This is a one-stop shop that will allow the artist to just pull all of that information into one final spot for their fans and followers to go view them at. So I know I like Dan Rodriguez, for example, and I want to go see where he's playing next, I can just go right to SoundSeen and I can retrieve all of that information. I don't have to go searching around on their Facebook or looking at the venue's website that he might be playing at. It's all going to be right there on the app, and super easy to follow and understand.
Right. And for somebody like me who gets out to see, quite a number of shows, just because I'm interested in what the local music is seeing, and if there's somebody that I haven't checked out yet, I mean, wow, it's right there at my fingertips.
Definitely.
Exactly.
I'm sure you've got friends in the community that go out and enjoy live music. Just to sit at home on a Thursday night and like, all right, I want to go out and see what did my friends see last night. You can pull up the app and see who they reviewed, if they've reviewed an artist that is in town, and you can go and check it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. Oh, sure. So just to add on to that, so like for the artist, it's like it's instantaneous feedback, right? So let's say I'm playing a gig somewhere and there's 200 people there, and 50 people leave reviews and now are following me. And let's say I only got 4 out of 5 stars on that show. Well, it gives the artist like, well, why wasn't it 5 out of 5? Was it, was there an issue with the sound? Was it an issue with the venue? It allows them to get instantaneous feedback to where they can immediately kind of like see where the issues are, right? Because people are allowed to comment and leave reviews. They can get, probably, you can't talk to 200 people at the end of the show, right? But you can after you're done schmoozing around and you're at home for the night. You can look on your end, the artist's end, and see all of these comments that individuals have left. So it's another kind of nice way for the artist to not only connect with the community, but just get a deeper and better understanding of like, hey, where am I at with my music right now?
Sure.
Right. And if it was a brand new venue they've never been to before, or even a new city that they were just looking at branching out, by getting that instant feedback, they know if they can pursue that locale next time. If they were doing great, all the fans loved them, book another show there in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
If it was an area that it may not subscribe to that particular artist's style of music, that happens. Let's be real. But maybe not spend the time marketing or taking the time to try and get into a market that may not accept you.
Right.
Go with what works.
Yeah, like, hey, this artist, I as an artist could be like, I do really good in New York and not so great in California. I'm going to stick to the East Coast. So,
right. Now, one thing that just came to mind is that now in the hands of venue owners, now they've got a tool to say, wow, what if I pulled this band in that I've never had? Or what if I pulled in this artist? These people, they look interesting, and I think my clientele is going to take to them. So there's another use for that.
100%. I'll let Brian speak to this because he has a firsthand experience with this, and go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, speaking to a couple of other venue owners, that is exactly right. A lot of the times when they want to book shows for the summer, they have no idea what type of business that artist is going to bring into their establishment. By being able to do a little bit of research, going on to SoundSeen and seeing, hey, this artist does very well. They're averaging 4.8. If I bring them in here, it's almost a guarantee they're going to have foot traffic into their establishment. By just going in blind and accepting anybody that has that weekend open, they're gambling with whether or not they're going to be able to pay the bills at the end of the month. For the most part, venues on average, over 64% of them don't make a profit. They barely get enough during shows to cover the costs of operating, let alone giving these artists a wage that is more than $50 or $100 a night. If they can have something to show them that they will get more foot traffic, increase their bar sales, they will be able to pay these artists maybe a little bit more.
Sure.
It's a whole a trilogy, if you will.
The triangle effect. Yeah.
we have the fans, we have the artists, we need the venues. To get all three of them working in relationship with each other, our app, that is our goal. And right now, we are focused on just the users, without having them proving to the artists that this is a viable tool for them to use. Once we can prove that, once we get enough users showing that this is a great tool, the artists will go on there. I've already heard from artists that they want more of the venue side of it. They will be able to look at fellow artists and say, hey, you played at that venue. How was that crowd? How did they receive you? Once the venues are on board and they can see that this is a tool that can help bring in foot traffic to their establishment, we may be able to turn that 64% that are not profitable into half of that. It's just, in our mind, it's a great tool that's going to help this community.
Sure.
Yeah. Having the artist, an easy way for the artist and the venue to communicate is like what we've heard a lot of feedback from artists right now, where if there was an easy way where they could go to a venue and see the venue schedule and request a slot, that's something that would be really convenient, because they always say that's kind of the hardest thing is marketing yourself and getting in front of people, and just knowing right up front, hey, here's what I have available, here's what we offer as far as pay or things of that nature, what we have for facilities that can we support a 2-piece, 3-piece, 4-piece band type of a thing. I mean, just having all that information in one spot for the artist is kind of what they're looking for right now, and then vice versa for the venue, where they can go on the app themselves and be like, give me artists within 25 miles of my location, and it's going to pull up a list for them. And it's like I said, it's all in one spot. It's live local music doesn't have a platform yet, and that's kind of what SoundSeen is looking to do.
Right. Now, because this is a mobile app, now will this work on tablets as well?
Right now, I have heard some people say that it is on the iPad. I do not have one, so I haven't tried it, but I am being told it does work. Other than that, I don't know about any other tablets, Chromebooks, laptops. It is not available on those platforms.
Not yet, but it will be. They just need to be ported differently. Yep, it's just it's kind of an addition to just being mobile on the cellular device. So, but it will be, as we continue to move forward here.
Right. Now, so your plan, if I'm hearing you correctly, is to make this something that will be available. Obviously, right now it's on your device, it's on your phone, and with the potential to expand to various other devices. And will this be integrated into the SoundSeen website then?
Yeah, at some point that's the idea too, right? Where you can just if you just love Mac or PC, you can go right onto your computer and you can use the app just like it would function on a phone or tablet or any other device.
Right. So if I'm sitting around on Sunday morning and having my coffee and I'm, browsing the web on my laptop, I can bring it up and say, hey, somebody's playing here this afternoon.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that functionality because obviously I sit on my butt every Sunday morning and drink coffee and peruse the net. So,
well, let's go ahead and is there an artist that you recently saw, Rob, that we can demonstrate how to leave a review?
Sure. Let's say Carmen Nickerson in Kostia.
Oh, excellent.
Sure. So when you click on that little plus sign down in the right-hand corner there, it's going to come up, look like this, and you're just going to click that I'm creating a profile for someone.
Well, actually, go ahead and search for them first.
Sure. Yes. You're right. They might already be in there.
They might already be in our database. So you just start typing in the name and.
So, yep. I typed in a couple letters in Carmen's name there, and they do already have a profile created there. So from here, I could hit follow, and I get a success box up here telling me that, hey, now we're following this artist or band, and I could leave a rating right away.
Go ahead, do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go say United States.
So because right now we're just local, or not local, we're national, we're US, we eventually want to be worldwide. That is the reason why we have select your country right now.
Right.
Even if you were to take a vacation, say in Ireland, you could pull up this app because you are having this on your phone from the United States. You can go to Ireland and rate artists.
Mm-hmm.
You can put down exactly where you saw them. But for right now, you're going to put in United States.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can download it in the U.S. and you can take it to Ireland and use it there. That would be totally a way you could do it. But so got through the boxes here. It's going to ask us, like Brian was saying, our country of origin, then our city that we saw them in. We'll just say Appleton for right now.
Sure.
And then you can leave a little whatever you want. There's I think it's 180 characters that you can leave, kind of just like Twitter there. You can leave a little review. And then I can give my star rating. It's 1 through 5 stars. And then I also have the option, if you're using the paid subscription, we do offer some additional features if you go with the paid plan on the user end, to make your review private, meaning that no one but you or yourself is going to be able to see this. So I'll go ahead and hit submit here, and then we'll go back to the main page, our home screen again. I'll just refresh. Give me 1 second here. This and bring it back up. Go back to my main screen, and I hit view all, and then right there up at the top is our latest review. So we can see, when we saw them, where we were, what we thought of them, and it goes right into the journal there.
There it is. There it is. Now, one thing that you brought up in there, Alex, was that now this is an app that folks can use for free.
Yes.
But there is a paid version, and why don't you explain that to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's additional features that you basically can unlock with a paid subscription. So we have what will be a more involved badge system. So if I just show you here, if I go to my settings up here, see how I have that level badge up in the corner there?
Mm-hmm.
So for every artist that I see, right, I'm increasing my
every 10 it increases it.
Yep. So I'm increasing my badge level there. So there'll be additional badges and rewards that you can kind of earn with the paid subscription that will reflect on your user account. Obviously, when you get to the point where you're on a paid subscription, we're not going to show you any ads or advertisements or anything like that on the app, and it's usually those banners that you see from time to time on other apps. That would not be there anymore. I believe, Brian, is there some additional communication you're allowed with the artists when we get to? I don't have the list pulled up in front of me of all the benefits, unfortunately, but I can find it.
So with the the artist being on there, if you follow them by being the premium subscriber, if an artist was to say post one of their upcoming shows, you would be able then to see that if you were following them.
Yes.
Say you're a huge fan of Costia and Carmen, and they were also on there and posted an event. If you were following them, you would see that event.
Correct. Yeah. And then there's some additional functionality too. So, the artists will have the ability to send out basically push notifications to their followers. So if you're on a paid subscription, from the user point, you would be able to see that from the artist. So the artist could say, "Hey, I'm doing a pop-up show here. I'm just, I found a gig here real quick." If they could send that notification out, and that would go direct to you on your end if you're following them.
Sure. Now, so say, for example, you've got somebody who's using the app. They're not familiar with, they see the picture. The picture looks very inviting of that artist that they've never seen before. Will you be incorporating like little, say like 10, 15-second samples of music at all, or an artist, a quick little like 2-line artist bio?
I'm not going to say that's never going to happen, but right now that is not in the works. To have that amount of data is going to cost a lot of money to store that.
and we've always kind of said, hey, we don't want to be another music app. We just want to be an app for your music. We want it to be a platform for you to find your music, not play your music. But like Brian's saying, that never rule it out, that there's always a possibility in the future. Just having that ability for. I lost my train of thought here, but why don't you keep going, and I bet it'll come back to me. There was something I wanted to say about the artists here.
So one of the key features that we really like, especially about this paid upgrade, is the ability to make your reviews private versus public. You download the app, it's free. You go in and you rate and you review these artists. And 99% of our users, they're kind-hearted souls. They don't want to leave bad reviews. But at the end of the day, this is their personal logbook. If it is something that they didn't click with, they're going to write something. It's not going to be horrible. It may just be, hey, it just didn't sound great. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Sure.
Now, if you are feeling bad about leaving that kind of a review, with our paid subscription, you'll have the ability to toggle that and make that private. You are the only one that can go back and see that. So in another 8 months, if this artist shows up in town again, and you're like, that name sounds familiar, I'm going to go look and see what I rated him at, you will be able to see your rating, but you will not be offending anybody else. It's not our goal to have a hostile community here.
Right.
Obviously, we can't stop anybody from saying what they want. It is America. We can all speak freely. But for those that wish to keep their comments to themselves, we do provide that option.
Sure.
Yep.
Now, what does a subscription cost?
Right now, we have it at $1.99 a month or $15.99 for a year.
Well, that's not bad. Not at all.
No.
I mean, you can easily drop that amount of money in one night at a bar.
A candy bar at the grocery store. We wanted this cheap. We want the users to use this. We believe in it. It's got to be something that people are willing to do. But again, at the end of the day, we do have costs associated with this. We do need to try to offset that. We're not out to be billionaires.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So I remembered what I wanted to say here. Kind of one of the biggest features that we have for an artist is, okay, let's say, Rob, you go in and you review Carmen, Brian, you do, and I do, all in the same night. And we all misspell the name. We all leave a different picture. We all use a different profile that we created to follow and add them to our journal, right?
Mm-hmm.
The artist is able to go on and actually claim a profile. And once the artist does that, and signs up with SoundSeen, now that profile has the blue check mark, basically, just like you would on a Facebook account, right? This saying,
Right.
this is officially me. This is who I am. I'm using this account and I'm adding all of my information to it. So
Mm-hmm.
now when I go into search for the next show that we go see, we'll be able to see that and identify, okay, this is the artist's actual profile account. Because it's, when you go on here, how are you supposed to know? Well, that's how you know this is the artist's actual account that they are using on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty cool thing. And then there's perks that go along, just like on the user end, with the artist side, as far as their subscription packages. They're able to. The biggest one is receive tips. As soon as you go in and sign up for an account with SoundSeen as an artist, I can go in as a fan if I'm at your show, and right through the app, it'll take wherever if you're on Venmo or any of the other uh, platforms, as far as that goes, you can link that to your SoundScene account, and me as a fan can go in and I can get right to your page, so I could leave you a tip, essentially.
Okay. Sounds.
And the great feature of this, Rob, is SoundScene does not take a cut. You leave a link to where you, as an artist, want to be tipped.
Mm-hmm.
You will leave our app and go directly to that link. We do not take a cut. If you feel you want to leave a tip for an artist, 100% of that should go to the artist. We do not want any of it.
That, you guys, I gotta say, you are doing it right. You thought this thing through very well.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, we're community driven, just like I think all the best businesses are, right? We're no different. Where we were in the community and we were like, what can we do to make this easier and better for everyone? So that's where our mindset always is. At the end of the day, Brian and I just like to go out and watch live music. And
Right.
it's really as simple as this is. So it's just a way to make the experience better for everybody involved, whether that be the fan, the artist, or the venue. So
Right. Well, saying this, acknowledging, the people that are watching us live right now and the people that will watch this thing in this live stream in perpetuity on YouTube and in the coming days still on Facebook. But, there is something, I'm going to say this, is that this app and what Alex and Brian have just said, this really reflects the music scene that we have here in Northeast Wisconsin. This is the community that we have in the music scene, whether that be our bands, artists, venue owners. I'm going to throw in there 91.1, the Avenue, radio stations like that, Code Zero Radio, WAPL. I mean, Local 5 Live even. I mean, there is this big community spirit here around the local music scene. And that's what this app is doing. This is a reflection of our scene, and it's a great scene. And I hope music scenes just blossom from this app.
That is our intention, Rob.
yeah,
we want to shed light on local artists. you don't need an app to go find your Budweisers or your Millers.
Right.
Related, you don't need an app to go find Taylor Swift or Metallica.
Right.
But if you want to go rate Central Waters Brewing or Three Sheeps, there's an app. You can go rate that beer. If you want to go rate Michael Grabner, Lily Collins, any local artist, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. This is a very cool thing. Thank you guys for putting it together.
And
thank you, Rob, for letting us talk about it.
Definitely. But all these artists that you see on the screen there, they are right now 90% of them are user generated.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a couple of artists that actually have gone in and created their own profiles. Like Alex was saying, they do have the blue check marks.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to pull up, like, say, Randy.
Right here. So see at the bottom here, Randy Bekkers. I click on her profile. She has a badge up at the top right corner there. That is because she is a verified platinum artist. We call them on the platform. So she's got the
paid subscription,
paid
the highest
subscription
one.
As an artist. Yep. And you can kind of
able
see
to
here,
link her socials.
Yep.
She's
she
got
can
her
write
Facebook,
her bio,
Instagram.
Yep. And this is where I can go in. I can leave a tip. I can check out her Facebook. I can check out her Instagram. And this is kind of what the artist is able to do and put everything in one spot. It's just a convenience factor, basically, that they can now say, hey, go check out my SoundSeen at the end of their set. And it's all right there.
And as an added bonus, when an artist goes in and does the premium upgrade, not only do they get additional benefits by doing that, they also automatically upgrade their user side. So it's almost like a 2-for-1, Rob.
Right. Because an artist has the ability. Users. Yep.
Yeah, they get. An artist is also a user. They go and open for shows. They're sit and listen to the other bands that are performing that night. Maybe they want to rate them as well. At the end of the day, they're fans too. Yep. So they have a user profile. It has now just been upgraded.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Well, is there any other function of the app that we haven't touched on yet?
We've covered most of it. I mean, there's some things in the settings, like there is in any app that you could mess around with. It'll have your like subscription logs in there, your profile settings, just the basic stuff.
Do you want to actually create an artist profile, Alex? And just
sure, we can. I don't have any pictures loaded up of anyone right now. So generally the idea, let's go back here, go back to the home screen.
So yeah, if we're out at a live show tonight, seeing somebody, we searched, they're not in there. So what do?
I'm going to click on here for someone, right?
From that home screen, there was a little plus sign. You just click on that. It's an ad, so you're adding to the database. And at this point, this is a screen that pops up, and you just start entering the information of the artist you're seeing.
Yep. So we could do that now. We could, let's say Dan Rodriguez was not in here yet. We could enter his name and then come down.
I spelled it wrong when I searched. It didn't pop up. So I'm going to add Dan.
Yeah. So, and then it gives me a list of genres that Dan would, I would be able to choose there from this list.
And it's whatever you feel it is. It doesn't have to be correct. If you think Dan is a folk artist, choose folk. If you think he's jazz, whatever you want, put it in there.
Yep.
He's definitely not metalcore.
he's not.
Yeah. Just clicked on something here, but yeah, and then you would hit submit profile, and as soon as you do that, it would bring you right to that page that was created, and from there you'd have the ability to follow and read.
And because this is your logbook, you just created this. Up at the top where there is just a silhouette for the profile, if you were to click on that, you can use your phone's camera feature and you can take a live picture of the artist playing.
Mhm.
That way it's in your logbook. You will remember that picture. If you can't get a good shot, if you're in the nosebleed sections, you can go online and search that artist's image and save that to your gallery. You can upload a video or a photo from your gallery, and you could put that in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, lots of different ways to do it. Absolutely.
Very cool. Very nice. Well, for those that are watching, any questions out there, just chime in with them via the live chat. So where do you see SoundSeen in, say, the next year, 2 years, 5 years?
Well, currently, like we mentioned, Rob, the functionality of the app is there.
Mhm.
We just need to polish the user interface. Alex and I have already spent well over $40,000 of our own money to build what is currently out there.
Mhm.
To get to the next level, we have recently, actually in the middle of a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo.
Okay.
We've got several levels, and our first goal, our first fundraising goal is $15,000. If we can reach that goal by April 3rd, we will take that money raised and polish the user interface. That is what everybody has said so far. We've taken everybody's feedback, and
Mhm.
we appreciate it, and we want to help them help us. If we can reach that $15,000 goal, we are focused on fixing some of these issues with the user interface part of it. Our next goal would be at $25,000. If we can reach that, we want to start adding more of the incentives to get people to use it. A badge system. Let's reward the users for all the shows they're going out and seeing.
Sure.
The next level would be the $55,000. At that point, we need to get that third pillar of our triangle incorporated. We need to get venues on board. That is going to take a lot of data, a lot of coding.
Yep.
And to reach that level, currently, if you were to go on to Indiegogo, we do have several different contribution levels. We have specific levels for artists and venues just for them. We have this level called the green room, which is just for artists. If you were to go and contribute, you would get, I believe it's 5 years free of that premium upgrade, which also upgrades their user end. We also have a couple of different venue levels, a venue pillar and a venue main stage, where if they lock in right now, they could get lifetime upgrades for free, and to be able to be having a voice on how we can incorporate them into our app. They will basically be on our virtual board, if you will. We can sit and have meetings virtually and discuss what are your ideas? How do you see this working for you? And then several different levels for the users. And if you decide you don't want a specific upgrade, you can. I believe our lowest reward is at $50. If that is something that you can't afford, you are able to leave a $5 donation, 10, whatever you're able.
Sure. I'm trying to bring the Indiegogo up here, and I'm going to try to get it, share my screen here.
Sure.
So let's see if I can get this.
Yeah, and while you're looking for that, Rob, I mean, 5-10 year plan, right, is to kind of be the household name for that music lover in your life. This, hey, I know I can check out SoundSeen and see what's going on this weekend in my area. Um, that's kind of what we want to be. Is just that first platform that Brian was talking earlier about, that triangle effect, right? The community, the artist, and the venue, and um, having that be the go-to is kind of the goal, just to make a better experience for everybody.
Sure. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do this. I apologize.
No worries at all.
Yeah, but for those of your listeners that aren't familiar with Indiegogo, it is identical to Kickstarter. It's more of a common name. But the research we did when we were looking at creating a campaign, Indiegogo might not be as popular with the mainstream, but it is more popular with the tech-based crowdfunding campaigns. So you might only get 50,000 people versus 100,000 people, but those 50,000 people are specific to a tech-based campaign, as opposed to maybe a board game or a book.
Yeah, the what I have done in the comment section, I did put up the link for your campaign at Indiegogo, so it is right there, folks. You can just I think you're probably going to have to let's see here. Yeah, I think you're probably going to have to copy and paste for all intents and purposes, but
otherwise, for everyone listening, you're free to go to, if you just Google SoundSeen, all one word, it'll come right up. You can go to our website. It'll have all that, all our links right there, all of our contact information. Feel free to check it out. Our email's in there. Feel free to reach out with any questions. Brian and I are always around town, and we're meeting somebody new every night, it feels like, and
yep.
Feel free to stop us and have a conversation. We'd love to talk to you.
And I can tell you, folks, these are two of the friendliest guys that you're going to come across in the scene. So, yeah, don't be afraid. Good guys to hang out with and chat with, and always love talking music with you.
Definitely,
Same
Rob.
here, Rob.
Yep. So, guys, we're getting ready to leave the stream now. So any last words, anything that you want to impart to the viewers, and to just say, hey, this is, I mean, for me, I'm very impressed by this, and it's a tool that I can definitely use, especially with the podcast and checking out various artists.
Oh, I can't imagine how many people you've seen, and to try and remember all that.
Yeah.
You must have a notebook.
I have a very crowded brain.
Yeah, just go ahead, download the app. You just punch in whatever you got, Apple or Android. Punch it into the Play Store there. SoundSeen, it'll come right up. Go ahead, download it, play with it, mess with it, share it with your friends, family, and you can, right through the app, you can leave feedback. We'd love to hear what you guys want to see, and what you think we can be doing better. And we're obviously, of course, we know that we have a game plan on our end, but any sort of feedback from you is welcome, because this is it's a community driven app. I mean, without the fans, there's no reason for an artist, and there's no venues putting these shows on. So I mean, this is your app. This is our app. This is everyone's app. So please get involved and let us know what you'd like to see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Brian and Alex, thank you for taking the time to come on tonight and explain the app. And this live stream, it'll be up on Facebook for the foreseeable future. But I will be downloading it and transferring it over to Into the Music YouTube channel. So you'll be able to see it there in perpetuity. Alex and Brian, you guys are welcome to if you want to share that also on it. Now, do you have a YouTube?
We do. Yep.
And I'd be happy to share this video so that you guys can get some more hits and people can get more informed about the app. So, guys, thank you very much for this. Not just for the time in the interview, but for this app. This is a wonderful thing.
Well, thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate the confidence.
Yeah.
And of course the time. Obviously several people have a lot of things that are going on, and if this can make their lives easier, that'd be great.
Absolutely. Well, before we go, folks, again, SoundSeen.com. You can get all the info there. Download the app from the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store. As far as Into the Music is concerned, make sure to check us out online at intothemusicpodcast.com. You can catch us Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Central Time on 91.1 The Avenue, and Saturday afternoons at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So that would be 1 o'clock here in the Wisconsin at Rebound Radio Live. Shout out to Al Lockwood there out in Berlin, New Hampshire. So, folks, again, intothemusicpodcast.com. You can support the podcast there, and just like Alex and Brian, have been saying about their subscription, my subscription is cheap too. So, anyways, but you can support the show there. You can find out just about anything there. You can hear almost every episode of Into the Music through our virtual jukebox right there on the homepage. So, folks, thank you for tuning in. Very much appreciate you guys, Brian and Alex. Wish you guys the best.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.